Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about some map design stuff actually. Map flow and what I'm going to call curiosity risk versus ease of access and how it affects player traversal or progression around the level. I'm going to be using map 3 X Mortal of Heavy Compensation. I think it demonstrates how to manage these well in some areas and how to not manage them well in other areas. There's still some issues that I think persist in the map. So I'm going to jump into visual mode here and talk about the basic structure of the map, and that's that it's divided into two main sections, that being the green keycard wing and then the blue keycard wing on the right over here. Each section kind of has its own extra areas that connect back up to the main area near the exit behind the two doors. And even though the blue key is the only needed key to exit, I actually have both keys on the green side as an attempt to kind of make the map feel a little more incongruent. More people fully explore the green key card side, it seems, than they fully explore or feel like exploring the blue key card side. And that's somewhat intended because, like I said, the blue key card is actually the only key card needed. So I kind of wanted to give them more reasons or try and guide them through those extra areas and make it feel more like it's a purposeful part of the map. And I think I did that pretty well with the green key card. So talking about before the whole curiosity risk versus ease of access, this is all very ease of access. Obviously, the green key card is right here. The doors are right here. This door actually pops right open. This connects back to prior areas in the level, and there's not much risk involved. You can already see through into the room. It actually feels kind of like the intended route because of the way it's set up, and it connects right back to that area. But on the blue side, the way I have it set up for the extra area is it doesn't really feel like the intended route because, for one, you're going backwards, and for two, I thought I intended that they would go through this blue door first, see this drop down, come down, get the power up, and this is the best way to go through this room here. But most players will actually go farther back to this door and enter the room more cautiously this way. And that's because of that whole, curiosity risk. Like, if they drop down here, they don't know where they're going. They don't know where it leads, what they're getting themselves into. So if they see a potential other option to get into the room, because Doom players are smart. They've played so many of these types of maps. They know how to scope things out. Um, but I'll talk about also why I chose to kind of stick with this design as opposed to the only other potential solutions I could see when trying to design a map that's both a little bit symmetrical but incongruent in the way you play the map or the way you go through the map. And one of the solutions right off the bat you might think is to just switch these around if more players are going down that way. Put the drop down over there and then put the door over here. And obviously you can see the issue with that being that, like I'm talking about, the risk of dropping in here, they're going to see that same thing over there and they're going to come back to this door first. Um, and to further try and solve that, you could say, well, make them go into the room through only one direction, through just the drop down, and then have a switch within the room for them to get out. And the issue with that is it kind of decreases the weight that I was going for of the blue key in this map, or of both the keys, because I think having multiple areas associated with each and, at least one route on each side feeling like a necessary progress route, taking away another route for it like that decreases the feeling of the weight of that key. But I just wanted to kind of talk about this because I think it's like an interesting balance that all Doom mappers like consciously or subconsciously deal with when they're making maps, interconnected maps or whatever, with a little bit more complex like level design maybe, or like routes through it. This is a pretty small map, for example, but um, yeah, just something I wanted to talk about. I think, like I said, I think in some ways I managed it better. In some ways I could have done a little bit better, but like the compromises I made, I ended up settling on what I thought was kind of the best idea without compromising the whole structure, the whole idea of the map. But yeah, kind of weird little discussion video here, but I just thought it would be interesting to talk about. Maybe some other people will have ideas about what they would have done with the map. But thanks very much for watching, and if you'd like to see any specific type of content or more content like this, just let me know in the comments. So have a great day, everybody.